What's up, guys? It's Green Grass here. I just wanted to talk today about something that I think is pretty important. We have a family of 5. We've got 3 young kids, and we eat a lot of food. And in doing that, we create a lot of food waste. So instead of taking all that food waste to a dump and a landfill to sit there and just rot, I'm trying to be proactive about the situation. So I made a compost. And the reason this is significant is because I don't have a lot of land here. I think we're on maybe 0.3 of an acre. And, you know, my neighbors behind us are awesome. They'll let us use their land for stuff, but that's not our land, so we don't have a lot of room here for a compost. So, what I did, and I tried to do it on a budget because I'm not rich. I don't have a ton of money. But I had an old pickle barrel that I had from a previous project. I used to use it for a water reservoir. It's 35 gallons. I had some scrap lumber laying around and a couple pieces of scrap hardware. So we do a little bit of gardening here. Like I mentioned, we don't have a lot of room. We live out here in the Midwest. There's tons of deer, rabbits, squirrels, raccoons, possums, whatever you can think of. And a lot of them like to eat our foliage. For instance, at the beginning of the year, we had 5 plants in our little garden bed over here, and now we just have 1 tomato that survived. We've got a garlic bulb that we planted that my wife is making into some garlic chives. This is a gala apple tree that I had sprouted from seed 2 years ago. It's not looking too great, but I think it just wants to be transplanted in the ground, which we're going to be doing at our next house. This is a little baby seedless watermelon plant, and I'm trying a new method, hanging it off the side to see what happens. I got a little baby watermelon starting right there. This is this is a jalapeno plant. You can tell that because there's little peppers developing everywhere. This is a bell pepper plant. The peppers are starting to develop more in a, confined small area. This looks like a berry cobbler that my wife is trying to bring back from death, and she's doing a great job. These are cherry tomatoes starting to develop, and these are beefsteak tomatoes trying to develop. So, with a lot of our food waste, we get to add it right to the plants to help them thrive. So I'm going to show you the inside of this compost here. You can get a better idea what we're talking about. So this is just pipe strap. That's probably, 15 cents worth. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sets of small bolts and nuts. I take that little nut off. That allows me access to the inside of my compost here. And on the inside we've got 10-inch bolts, 5 per side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They help mix up the compost. It's sitting on a piece of, I think, 1 1/4 inch PVC that allows it to spin freely for the mixing purposes. I think the pickle barrel itself was somewhere in the ballpark of $50. The lumber used here cost maybe $10, and the PVC cost maybe $5. So whenever we use eggshells or cut up veggies or cut the crust off peanut butter and jellies for our kids, we come out here, throw it in the compost, attach the pipe strap, take our little nut, spin that bad boy back on. So I need to come up with a seal for the lid here. This was just kind of something I threw together in about maybe 30 minutes. Once I come up with a seal for the lid, we won't be leaking all the good stuff out, but I'll just rinse that stuff away, and it's going to fall right onto that tomato plant and make it thrive. And all together, this thing takes up maybe 3.5 feet length, maybe 2.5 feet wide, and maybe 3.5 feet tall. I got it right here on the corner of the deck, and it's good to go. Until the next one, Green Grass out.